Here are three mistakes I made when I first started doing lead generation for the solar industry. Typically, this would be no new solar installation sales or repairs. So, the first mistake I made was not understanding that this industry was a low call volume industry. And what I mean by that is in a home service such as appliance repair, I'll get several calls a day for each campaign. With solar installation, this is a high ticket item, so they're not selling as much. I would be getting calls maybe once or twice a month once the campaign really got rocking and rolling. So that makes planning a solar campaign way different than a home service campaign because there's a lot of upfront costs that you've got to front. You know, you're paying $200 to $300 per Google Business Profile per city. You've got to get the SEO on those so that they get ranking because it's a competitive industry. So there's some SEO cost into that. And then you've got to front the cost of the call tracking phone number for each location on a monthly basis. So this gets into you really got to have your tools dialed in, you know, where I was saying the difference between CallFire being $10 a month per number to Twilio being $1.25. So that took some adjusting, which I wasn't used to compared to my other campaigns, which also makes this more of an advanced campaign and not really the backbone of your business's revenue. So the next thing I had to understand was the second mistake I made was the lead sale and qualification. So typically I charge more for my leads than other services because most services will qualify their leads as, say, a call that goes over 90 seconds. It makes billing super easy. I'll charge 2 to 4 times as much because I'll do it on leads that convert. So it's a much better return and guarantee for the buyer, and it's a much easier sales process. So with solar, I was thinking, you know, somewhere like $100 to $200 per call would be sufficient, but that goes back into not understanding how low the call volume would be. At the time, I think I started targeting Florida, so I was figuring it would be a good area for solar. There must be calls coming in on the regular, and that goes into the third mistake I was making was not understanding the sales cycle was much longer than what I was used to. So you've got low call volume, you've got that upfront cost, and I should have been charging more for the leads. I don't believe in charging a percentage, and the reason that is because the sales cycle on solar can take so long. Like a lot of these people are trying to do it through like a program or insurance or whatever, and there's a whole qualification process similar to like when they're buying a house or whatever. So, you know, they've got to get called in, they've got to get someone to go out and do an estimate and everything and kind of give them the sales pitch. Then they've got to get the permits to do it. Then they've got to get the financing in order. So it's not as simple as like, hey, I need you to come out on Tuesday and do this. No, it's like a multi-month process. So you need to charge more to front all the cost of, you know, the marketing, the call tracking, all of that. And so it's much more resource intensive than I was used to at the time.